Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode number 35 of the 9 to 5 Fitness Podcast. Gab, I'm so excited today, mate. How are you? How'd you sleep?
Yeah, I'm very excited too, mate. I slept very well. Mrs. slept over and actually a good sleep this time.
Oh my God.
And I'm pretty well too. How did you sleep?
Yeah, slept really well. Don't have a girlfriend to sleep over, but slept on my own and enjoyed it.
Sleep upgrades, mate.
Yeah.
Good decision.
Yeah, we're ticking over nicely. Now, we've got a pretty big guest today.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I think you're more excited because our guest specialises in forward driving. He's quite knowledgeable about that, and you're a big forward drive man. I'm more of a, nippy little sports car, like hot hatch kind of bloke. But
yeah,
you guys love
city
the forward
slicker.
drive, so I think I'll be keeping pretty quiet now.
Yeah.
I'll be for the person who doesn't really understand forward driving and asking some basic questions, and you guys will go ham on the advanced stuff. So I throw it to you, Sam. Sam, mate, how are you and how did you sleep?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here. Yeah, had a pretty good sleep. Had a late night last night, but yeah, woke up feeling refreshed, so I'm ready to go.
Good man. We're very excited to have you on, as you know. Now, you're on TikTok, as we are too. How long ago did you start on TikTok?
I started TikTok probably like mid 2019, and kind of just uploaded one video, and it got 2,000 views, and just went from there pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fantastic. Now, you may have noticed, Sam, that we ask a bit of a weird question at the start. How did you sleep? We do kind of emphasise that, being the gym bros that we are, sleep is very important for making gains, but also for keeping your head right. Gab, why do we ask the question?
Because, mate, it is probably the most important thing you can do in your life is just good sleep. It's... I think Andrew Huberman, he's this scientist, very, medical, blah, blah, blah. He's got his shit together, knows his stuff. And he's like, anything, if you're depressed, get better sleep. If you're not recovering well, get better sleep. If your mood's shit, if you just need to get something right, sleep. It's a good chance to sort your sleep out, basically. So I think it's just you like to use the word barometer.
Yep.
It's a barometer for just a good day, good life, good recovery, if you're doing well, I think. So
yeah, and is that something you emphasise, Sam? Do you focus much on your sleep or where you can? I'd imagine you work pretty long and tough hours sometimes.
Yeah, especially with work, I do try and prioritise sleep. When I'm out at work, I'll be religious and I'll make sure I'm in bed by 9:30 and that's it, lights out, knocked out. And then even on the weekends, I'm probably not really up past about 10:30. So it allows me to get good 7-8 hours sleep and I wake up feeling great every morning. So awesome. I do really emphasise having a great sleep.
Yeah, fantastic. And what is it exactly that you do?
Yeah, so it's myself and my dad, and in WA, we just do earth moving. And so we build roads for farmers and for mines as well, so in civil and rural. And we've just got the specialised machines for it, so we're kind of filling the gap in the market there. And we've been doing it for about a year.
Fantastic. Now we've got a new segment. It's kind of called Covert Diaries, where us over here in Vic, we're absolutely perishing. We've been in a lockdown for about 250 days or something now. So we kind of just check in. Gab, Covert Diaries, what's been happening this week since the last podcast? Anything too exciting?
I'm trying to think. Just grinding away at the business, really, taking care of the dog and living life, I suppose. Trying to integrate a bit more cardio into the daily life, get out there a bit more, bit of fresh air, keep the mood right. What about you? Any updates?
No updates whatsoever. I did see Sam just got vaxxed. Mate, how are you? How are you feeling? You don't have any toes growing out of your head?
Nah, nothing like that. My arm felt like someone just corked it for about 2 days, but that's about it. Yeah, feeling pretty good. So got the first one of Pfizer, and I'll get the next one mid-October.
So you guys both got vaxxed, did you?
Yeah, what, you didn't?
Jeez, mate, I wouldn't put that into my body.
Oh, here we go.
Nah, no way.
Shut up.
I'm kidding. That's a good way for 9 to 5 to get cancelled.
Cancelled straight. Well, both ways. Even if we are vaxxed, we can get cancelled. There's a few angry ones out there.
Just going to get cancelled by 1% of the population. But
yeah. Now, Sam, you're probably the least, from what I can see, that one of the least affected people by COVID in Australia, being in WA, but then also being kind of in country town WA. Has it just not affected you?
Has not affected me at all. No joke, it's basically it doesn't even exist over here. I've never been in a single lockdown, anything like that. I've travelled up the coast of WA, out to Karajini, up to Broome, down to Albany, just done everything. It's like the only thing that's happened is I can't go overseas. But apart from that, like my life has not changed at all, and everything's going really well. So it's like two polar opposites between you guys in the East Coast and me in the West Coast. Yeah,
Must be nice.
It's pretty insane.
Must be nice.
Yeah. Nah, I feel for you guys. I could not handle that at all. I'd bloody lose my mind.
Yeah. Did you travel much before COVID?
Oh, yeah, we'd go overseas every year or two, and then try and get out, go camping, go to the beach, go into the centre a bit. But yeah, definitely, like I feel I've been able to travel more in WA during COVID, which is actually a good thing because, you'd never really go and explore those things. You'd usually go across the pond, explore like overseas before exploring your own backyard. But it's just great to get out there and see it.
Yeah,
they do say that WA could be like its own independent country if they wanted to, right? It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, McGowan's locking them down like a madman.
Yeah,
I mean, they've got their own money. Like they're a wealthy state of Australia, whereas like Tasmania, they couldn't really be independent, could they? Because whereas Western Australia have everything going for them.
Yeah, they're pretty lucky. Yeah. Back in the mining boom, they're still holding on to that, I think, and enjoying that. Yeah, go ahead, mate.
Yeah, the mines will just keep everything flowing forever. So, you're not wrong. If Mark McGowan did kind of get that one streak, he'd shut it up. But he's a bit nuts. Some people love him, some people hate him over here.
Yeah, that's just like our man Dan. Now, for kind of topic one for today, we wanted to get into kind of who you are. You're from WA. Which part of WA roughly are you from?
Yeah, so like Midwest, so 400 k's north of Perth. I grew up in Minginoo, but I now live in Dongra on the coast. Coastal change for me. So it's great.
Yeah, and what about like your passions and stuff? I see you go to the gym a bit, four-wheel driving. Yep. What's going on there?
Yeah. Well, I do love going to the gym. I've been going to the gym actually since about year 11, so that's always been a pretty big part. Then I love travelling, love just getting out there, having a bit of fun in the four-wheel drive. And I'm like really passionate about working as well. I find work's really enjoyable. So I kind of balance those three things and bring them all together and just operate around those.
Yeah, that's the way. I think the four-wheeling and gym go hand in hand, Gab.
Yeah, because if you've got a sick car, you want a big arm hanging out the window as well, don't you? It's not about how big the car is, it's about how big the arm is.
Yeah.
And if you've got like a sick Landy or something like that, like you got to be able to, you can't just be a scrawny little broomstick. Like,
no, mate.
Yeah.
You got to have the right equipment for it. Now, your job, so were you straight out of school and into work, or like what was the pathway there for you?
So, I'm in uni now, but straight out of school, I actually came back, did harvest. We used to have a farm, so I did harvest at our family farm, and then moved to South Australia. Spent about 8 to 10 months in South Australia working on a farm down there. Came back to the family farm, did a year, and then we moved on from that, and now kicked off this earth moving business. I'm into earth moving now, and then started my uni course. Midway through 2020. So got quite a lot on my plate, but it's just getting through it, crushing through it.
Yeah, that's the way. What course are you studying at uni?
Yeah, doing Bachelor's of Commerce, and then majoring in management. So hopefully that'll lead me to a good pathway. Yeah, where I can
you'll be managing the earth moving business.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the plan. Now you're into commerce, Gab.
Oh yeah, actually I am. I suppose.
You did a whole commerce degree. Any tips and tricks?
Tips and tricks. I don't know. Do you putting me on the spot here? But
So TikTok wise, Sam, you started off mid 2019, and
mid 2019.
Enjoyed like your content and stuff. What made you start? Like, what did you have a specific content you were going to film, or were you just straight into it?
There was like never ever a real reason behind it. I just kind of made a video, posted it, and just enjoyed getting the views from it, and just found it was really fun. And I could easily just film stuff, post it, and it would go well. I just kept going from there. It's kind of like, I guess you could say all uphill from there. Just kept growing and growing. But I never really had like any plan to grow a fan base or anything like that. It all just kind of came, and now I'm here on a podcast. So it's getting pretty insane. Yeah.
Do you have any plans of kind of monetizing that, or do you monetize it at all, or like merchandise, that sort of thing, or it's just a more passion driven?
Yeah, it is more passion driven. I'd love to monetize it. I did do a couple of ads like last year, and merchandise would be good. But for me, I don't know like what I'd do. I could do shirts, but I don't really have like a catchphrase or anything like that. So yeah, I'd have to wait until that light bulb moment hits me when I'm in the tractor or something like that, and then I'll probably act on that. But yeah, at the moment, just enjoying it, enjoying getting the views and watching everything just kind of grow. So yeah, I'd definitely say it is passion driven.
Yeah, when was your like biggest growth stage?
Oh, started 2020. Like I had a couple that went like 2 million, and then just one random one went like 1.5, and then that went insane. And then you kind of get to a stage and it's just steady growth from there.
Yeah, you kind of plateau and then just build on top of it.
Yeah, like once you get to a certain amount of followers, it's just easy. People just keep rolling in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So I've noticed, like with us as we grow, well, with anyone as they grow, a fair bit of hate comes in.
Yeah, and I know that Australia is particularly toxic when it comes to forward drives. You know, no one likes to know that their forward drive is shit and someone else is better. Yeah. It's like it's a big cock measuring contest. I think.
You know what I noticed, Gab, was like, so my family bought a little farm, kind of halfway through last year, and I made a few TikToks on like farmer talk, just taking the piss, an absolute joke. Yeah. And I don't think there is a more toxic industry than the farming industry. It is incredible. Like the amount of, that's not a fucking farm, mate. Like these kids are just ripping into me. You know, I'm sorry, big fella. So I'd imagine some of your content would come with a bit of hate, especially if you come with a kind of a mindset or a bit of an agenda. Have you noticed that you cop a bit of hate, and how do you deal with that?
Yeah, always copped a bit of hate. It's like everything. If you have an idea, there's going to be someone out there who has the opposite of idea and will try and tell you otherwise. But yeah, dealing with hate, you just kind of look at it and laugh and shake it off. And the best thing you can do is kind of not let it get to you, because as soon as they get to you, that means they've won. And at the end of the day, it's probably just some kid like on the toilet, just bored out of his mind, just posting some random comment. And so I really just try to not let it get to me, and that's pretty much been my goal. Focus on the people who like my content, and flick the haters off. Sometimes try and turn the hate into other content, because it is pretty funny when someone just says the dumbest thing, and then you can capitalise off it and go from there.
That's a good point, actually. Some of the videos that do the best are a cheeky comment response. Although some people also respond like, bro, why are you salty over it? It's just like, I'm just responding and not in a salty way. At
the start for us, because we were like a business and we took like the business perspective really kind of seriously, we were like, has to be really PG.
Professional,
cannot go back at them, like customers always right kind of thing. We're almost at 100k now. If anyone actually has a go at us, mate, I'm fucking coming back at them.
I'll tear your head off.
I'll tear your head off, mate.
I'm clicking on your profile picture and tearing your appearance apart.
I'm going deep. I'm going real deep. And that seems to work pretty well.
And at the end of the day, it's like if they're hating on you, they're probably not going to buy your stuff anyway or contribute to your business. So just flick them off, and then someone who likes your stuff's going to just enjoy it, probably send it to their mate, and then you're going to get another bloke who likes your stuff, and so on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, I saw you did a TikTok the other day that kind of talked about if there's a follower and like they've seen you and then you see them and you kind of notice them. Do people come up to you much when you're out? I'd imagine like the FYP would be pretty kind of concentrated, especially like geographically. So you'd be kind of walking down the street and getting a few people coming up to you?
Not really like walking down the street. Like people go, oh, I saw your car here, there, everywhere. But like the most recent one was actually when I went to Carragini. Some bloke out on Mount Augustus, which is just this like, it's like Ayers Rock but kind of smaller in Western Australia, and there's a station up there. I like literally came around the corner and he's there with his mate, just looking at me, looking at his mate, and looking back, and my girlfriend just goes, he knows you. And then like 5 minutes later, after we fueled up, he comes up and says, oh fuck, like nice car. And then we had a great chat. But pretty much like this year, every single trip that I've been on, someone's come up to me and said, oh, are you Sam Smart from TikTok? And I go, yeah. And then we had a bit of a chat, and just love interacting with like people who support my stuff.
It is awesome. I think the funniest one is when I'm walking around with my girlfriend as well, and she can just see someone staring, like not breaking eye contact, and I'm just like on my phone or something, And it's just like the people that don't come up to you but recognize you. I reckon that, like, I don't know if it's weird or not, but like they're like talking with their mates and pointing or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just like that can be a bit weird, but
We haven't had any trouble with any as of yet. I do remember though.
Yeah, I've had a few,
once
but
we were not too much trouble though, but we were out on the piss like down Chapel Street, and these guys walked past like Gab and I, and they were like, "Oh, like 95 fitness." And as they were about 100 meters down the road, one of them like they were like, "Oh, you're on steroids.
Yeah.
And it's like, of course, like when we're there 100 meters away, and they're like kind of legging it the other way. Have you had any trouble?
I've driven past someone and they told me to get a real car. That was pretty funny, but yeah, like that's about the extent of it. And get the odd DM going like you're a flog, but
Yeah.
oh man,
nothing.
Standard. We do love a good DM. Now, talking about your car, sorry, Gav. What's your current rig? Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so it's a Land Cruiser Troopy carrier. It's got the V8 in it. I bought it off my old man back in the day when Land Cruisers weren't at the stupid price that they are now. So got it for a good price, and just kind of kept it, paid it all off, and then thought about it for a bit, and then just went, fuck it, I'm just going to smash every single mod I possibly can onto this thing, and that's where it's at now. So it runs about a 3-inch lift, 35s, makes heaps of power, will go absolutely anywhere, and it's bloody just awesome car for driving.
Yeah,
on and off road,
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what was was that your first ever, like, your own rig? Is the Land Cruiser?
Yeah, that was
good start.
Yeah, my first, just go bang straight into it, get a cruiser. I had a Commodore before that, chucked a huge bull bar on it, so that was pretty fun. And then flicked that off, and then just, jump straight into the cruiser, which, not many people can do that. So definitely very fortunate to be able to have that opportunity, just go straight into it.
Yeah. Now, speaking of toxic, I'm on a few of the Land Cruiser pages on Facebook, and I saw you put your truck up for sale. It's for sale.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants it, DM us. I don't know if you've already sold it, but what's going to be the next rig?
The next rig is a Ram 2500. So I ordered one probably about 2 weeks to a month ago. So that's going to come out of Canada, so it's at least like a year away.
Yeah.
But, so that's going to be an absolute weapon.
is that like the big
Ute
type one, mate? They're like a monster truck, aren't they?
The American truck.
Yeah.
Those ones. Are you so you're going to mod that out of its eyeballs as well?
Yeah. Same again. Pay it off. Get all the stuff pay it off, so I'm debt free basically, and then go from there. But I've got an idea of what I want to do to it, and there's plenty of aftermarket support around, so it should be absolute weapon when I get it. So,
are there any concerns with kind of the American trucks coming into Australia in terms of like durability compared to the Land Cruisers?
Nah, I don't reckon, because those American trucks, they're built in America, they're bloody awesome. Dad actually has a 1500, and that did the same trip that my Land Cruiser did, and it only had one issue that was just due to pretty poor design around the engine. But Dad and myself are pretty good on the tools, so we're able to fix it up and get back. So they are super reliable, and they're bloody comfy. They're so much comfier than a cruiser. It's not funny. I'm sure not many people want to hear that. But I reckon they will definitely take over, especially once the second-hand ones get into the market and people can snap them up for a bit cheaper.
The cruisers are pretty agricultural. What's the difference between the 1500 and the 2500?
1500, I think you can only get it in a 5.7 heavy and a 3-litre diesel, whereas the 1500, you make that big jump up to the Cummins, get the bigger engine. They're a bit longer, and they've got better suspension setup and so much more stuff you can get from factory on them. And you get powered running boards, bigger touchscreens, nice stuff.
Yeah. Now, I assume you're kind of heading towards your dream rig, but a question we've got down here is, what is your ultimate dream setup? Money's not an issue. Which way are you going?
Definitely, definitely the Ram. It's pretty funny, how I'm just at this point where I'm heading towards that dream rig. But Ram, definitely tray, and I've bloody put it in a book. I've already started building the bloody tray. Putting it down, half canopy, 37-inch tyres, and then probably chuck a turbo on it, make a shitload of power, and then pretty much go anywhere. I think, just unlimited money, the possibilities are endless. You can make whatever you want, really.
Of course, yeah, and they've already started modding them in the US, obviously. So there's plenty.
Oh yeah,
plenty of
they've been doing that for
options there.
years.
Yeah, Gab, what's your dream 4-wheel driving rig? You said to me something drove past you the other day.
Yeah. I know
What was
nothing
it?
about forward driving. I still need you to teach me how to drive a manual, so I'd be
Yeah, we'll
pretty
get there.
useless. But I want to get the Taliban Tan 70 series. Is it 70 series?
Yeah.
70 series Land Cruiser.
Dual cab 79.
Dual cab 79 series.
Yeah,
is that
good
it?
man.
Yeah,
That's a Sandy
It
Torp
has
colour.
to be Taliban Tan.
Sandy
right?
Torp is
Not-
the PC.
and with a machine gun on the back.
Yeah,
that'd
okay.
just be pretty sick, I reckon.
Yeah, we go anywhere with
Yeah.
that. They're getting to stupid prices.
Taliban's got a few of those.
Yeah, they would. They love that colour as well, the boys.
What's the politically correct colour called?
Sandy Torp.
Sandy Torp.
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 T-O-U-P-E.
Okay,
Yeah.
that colour. You can't
Yeah.
get. It's like the Nardo grey for an
Yeah.
Audi RS3. You can't get it in any other colour. I
So a
reckon.
big thing in like the forward driving community is everyone's saying they're doing like a game-changing build, and everyone just gets the same car. So it's always a dual cab Land Cruiser, Sandy Torp. They make an Instagram for it,
Oh
and
no!
and they get boys changing builds
they're
coming
still
up.
living at home with mum and dad because they're paying off the land.
They're still paying it off,
yeah.
exactly. But yeah, so a couple of game-changing builds coming your way. I'm actually going to look at a 79 series after this podcast. It's time for me to pick up one, but just a single cab. But it won't be a game-changing build because I don't have the wallet for it.
Yeah, but in the meantime, actually, if I speak about my own
Yeah.
car that I want, like I'm going to get rid of the Renault little hot hatch. Good
Yeah.
P-plater car, but a bit boring now. And I think I might get a mini SUV. I don't think I'll be taking it anywhere off-road in Perth or WA or anywhere like that, but I want to get the Mercedes GLA 45.
GLA 45.
So quickest grocery run in the world.
Yep.
And yeah, I reckon it'll be a good lifestyle car.
The Touareg Tractor. Now, not too long ago, we were talking about you getting a car. If the original podcast listeners would know, that didn't eventuate. Just kind of circumstance, and we had to move out and stuff. And you
One
just
thing
realised
first, like you don't want to get a new car and move out of home. I think like you just got to figure a few things out at once. But
yeah. So the GLA is coming.
I reckon. I
think.
I mean,
it's early days.
It's early days, but I think I want something that has a bit more utility, a bit bigger, and also like lightning quick.
Yeah, definitely. I tend to agree, and I'm excited for that. The shopping run's going to be real fast. Now, Sam, do you have any future travel plans, mate, or are you kind of locking down for work for a while?
Oh, yeah. Well, once COVID's over, obviously want to get across, probably go to Japan, go snow skiing, but who knows when that's going to be. But in Australia, I'd love to go up to like Northern Territory, do Arnhem Land, all that, like Kakadu National Park. Probably go into the centre, around Ayers Rock. I don't know, just explore it. There's so much in Australia that you can go to without even scratching the surface. But yeah, obviously with work permitting, like I only get a couple of chances a year. So
What kind of hours and days are you working?
So to like fit in uni and everything, I work 4 days a week, and that's generally from about 7 until 6. So
Jeez.
yeah, what's that? 11 hours,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
kind of used to it.
I'm just
coming
ringing
from
up
a farming
WorkSafe Victoria, mate, or the Fair Work
WA.
Commission, mate.
Fair Work, WA.
Yeah, they're not too happy about that, but
You need to sleep, brother. Stop working so much.
Yeah, just got to get it done, you know.
Yeah, no, it's fair enough. How old are you?
I'm 21, turn 22 in a
nice.
couple of months' time. But
Man's off and racing. Already got the cruiser. So future travel plans. Obviously, we just mentioned we're not taking off anywhere, Gab.
No.
We're not getting on a plane for a while. So I thought, as kind of like a little segment for this podcast, we can talk about traveling Australia in a four-wheel drive. I'm sure we've got a lot of kind of 16 through to 18-year-olds who are thinking about buying a first car, starting out driving. COVID's grounded all planes. We should all go four-wheel driving, essentially. Can it be done on a budget, and should someone consider a four-wheel drive as a first car, Sam?
yeah, I think everyone should consider a four-wheel drive as a first car. Just obviously due to being a good citizen and not speeding or hooning or doing anything like that. You just like, because it's not like we have the autobahn, so there's no point buying like, I don't know, a cheap BMW and just flogging it everywhere.
Yeah.
But like, I reckon before it was definitely much easier to do four-wheel driving on a budget pre-COVID, because COVID's come in, and of course COVID tax. So now there's cars just going for stupid prices. It's not funny. But yeah, I reckon if someone gave me a budget and I had to do a budget build, I'd have to get like an old Hilux or maybe like an older Ranger or a RC Colorado or that old or the Isuzu with like 4JJ because it's pretty
D-Max.
engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, the D-Max. Yep.
Yeah. So
proper D-Max.
what kind of mods would you do to it? Let's go top 3 mods for starting out. You've got a bone stock Hilux. What do you got to do?
Hilux, yeah. Good set of tyres because if you got average set of tyres, you go one stick you're gonna get a hole in your sidewall and that's kind of ruined your trip and you're running pretty low. So good set of tyres. Then you want to have if you have a wagon, you want to do like a rear draw setup. If you got a ute, you want to do a canopy setup, which is pretty hard, but if you're getting someone to custom build it. But if you've got the skills, if you've got a MIG welder, you'd be able to do it yourself pretty easy. And then, I don't know, probably a fridge or something, keep the beers cold, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty essential.
So that would be top 3.
And how much do we reckon that's costing?
Ooh, what do you reckon, Sam?
Tyres go for about, $350, $400 a corner, so about $1,200 on tyres. Canopy,
I'll just write this down.
I reckon you could do it all for just under, if you knew how to do it all by yourself, you could do it for under $5,000.
Under 5.
Under 5.
You can get, I was
Not
thinking
including the
20.
car.
Not including the Hilux, yeah. A Hilux would, I don't know, I'd have to go look at car sales, but
15 to 20 grand maybe?
Yeah, 15 to 20 grand, pick you up like a nice one. Yeah, so what's that? 20 to 25 grand, you probably do it.
Yeah.
Which is still a lot of money for like a P plater to start out with. I don't know too many people who have that much money starting
Better
off.
start picking up more shifts at Macca's, I reckon.
More shifts at Macca's, and don't spend it all on
9
beers.
to 5 merch.
Oh, do spend it on 9 to 5 merch.
Do spend it on 9 to 5 merch and not beers.
Yeah, because you'll work harder at Macca's. I think, it should be a real consideration, even from our perspective, Gab. Let's say before COVID, we went to a couple of festivals together and stuff. I had mum and dad have a 76 series, which I'm lucky enough to drive. Had a rooftop tent on it and a little fridge and stuff, and that was just awesome for festivals.
Penthouse, mate.
The penthouse is what we called it.
Some good memories there.
Might sell it,
if you will.
Some good ones and some bad ones.
Some good ones and some bad ones.
But yeah, 4-wheel drive's very handy for a festival.
Yeah, it's like you just come in on this sick rig. Imagine rocking up to a festival. We're going, what's a Sandy Torp?
Yeah.
Mate, everyone's going to be looking at you.
It's going to be good.
It sounds like a truck.
Yeah.
That'd be, mate, I want one. What is it, 200K?
I reckon they're like 150 at the moment for a really big one.
Oh, yeah. All right, it's too expensive. Especially
it is.
COVID tax.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
You put K's on them and
I'm loving it.
Yeah,
that's why I'm loving it, because I'm going to make probably a profit on it mine.
That's
awesome.
Pay off the Ram. But yeah, so really do consider, guys, if you're listening at home, a 4-wheel drive as a first car. It doesn't have to be the game-changing 79 build. It can be just like a little Hilux or your old man's old car.
Yep.
But I think the travel possibilities are pretty they're large.
You can go anywhere in Australia pretty much. You have the right one.
Absolutely.
Anywhere. Where are a couple of your best trips, Sam?
Well, being in Dongray, just you've got pretty big possibilities all around you. Like Shark Bay is only 400 k's away, which in WA in the grand scheme of things is not very far. If you've got a long weekend, you can definitely shoot up there, have a good couple of days, and then come back. But one of my favourite spots is Lucky Bay, which is just out of Kelbarry. And you can drive up there, park on the beach. It's got this big, lovely bay that's kind of protected by this natural reef. And so you can chill there. But for me, any spot that's got wind and a beach in summer is perfect because, I just love kiting. And so... Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of topic-based. Would you ever have you ever been to WA?
I haven't, but I'm extremely keen. I've seen... some content made there, some videos that Cam Bostock's made, and mate, it just looks like a hidden part of Australia that me and a lot of other people haven't really considered, and it looks completely underrated. Like the beaches just look like the Maldives or something like that.
Yeah, I think we should book a trip over there. To be honest, it's the ultimate. You can't beat the beaches in WA. So lots of domestic travel coming up. We think hopefully everyone opens up and just bloody gets vaccinated. Now, Sam, training in the gym with a full-time job, or you're working 4 days a week. Now, we've got a lot of kind of people who message us, often tradies, saying, hey, I work these kind of hours. How the hell am I meant to fit in meal prep, gym, gains, and still make a living? How seriously do you take your training, and what are some goals with it?
Oh, I do take my training pretty seriously. Like I'll definitely get 3 sessions in a week minimum. And so before, when I was on the farm, that was still like 5 days a week, and I'll still be able to get it in. That's like kind of back when I started out, just doing like 2 sessions a week, and then gradually moved up from there. But any time that I have like an hour free, I'll be straight into the gym. I've got a home gym, so I'm really fortunate there, and just get in there. Get and work out. But I think, like, if you've got an hour to go to the pub or something, and you're actually serious about bettering yourself and bettering being fit and healthy, if you've got an hour to go to the pub, you've got an hour to go to the gym. And if you've got money to go to the pub, you've got money for a gym membership.
Bloody oath. Yeah, this is something
a lot of. I remember I did a video a while back going like, this is my schedule. This is how I fit the gym in. That's when I was like super busy with uni work as well,
Cycling.
and NTF cycling as well. And a lot of people are like, oh, you know, you're so fortunate after work 10 hours a day. And obviously I respect that some people do that, but I suppose you need to weigh up, is like working that amount worth like sacrificing your well-being through.
Yeah, what are you working for?
Yeah, what are you, obviously Sam, you work 11 hours a day and you somehow fit it all in. But people, it's like you need to question the answers in the first place. Like you might need to do it obviously because you need the money or something like that. But often, I don't know, there might be a different solution. Like
sometimes it can be heartbreaking for us as well, because when we reply to those messages, like this is my job. I hate my job. I hate doing this. I really want to train, but I can't. I've got no motivation. It's like, well, look, mate. It's pretty clear the main issue here is you're working fucking 12 hours today. Yeah. You've got absolutely no energy. Like, what do you want us to say other than think about a new career path or look at another job?
Working, like, you got to spend your whole life working and not enjoying yourself and not looking after yourself. So.
Yeah, it's kind of about prioritising. Do you meal prep, Sam?
No, I don't meal prep. I don't count calories. I do watch what I eat, and I limit how much sugar I take in. That's pretty much the only thing that I really watch and really conscious of. But apart from that, I love cooking myself. So everything that I eat is generally pretty good. So I love like a good salmon and like a couscous salad and salmon. That's just awesome.
Yeah,
love that with a bit of avocado in it. So
that sounds delicious. Yeah. But like a lot of tradies or like people who work in like the police force as well, like jobs where you don't have access to like a microwave or you can't have a fridge there all the time, like what kind of meals you can bring in. And I reckon like some of the best convenient ones is like a smoothie that you make, like a protein smoothie that you make before. Yeah. It's not going to be like a cold one when you have it at like lunchtime. It'll be room temperature, but it's still going to be super nutritious. Have your protein in there.
Yeah.
But like that's pretty convenient. Have like some other protein shakes. If you do have a fridge, like a little Chobani yogurt. Yeah. Hopefully you have a microwave and then you can actually bring a meal in. But there are, like I remember being at uni, I'm not saying uni's the same as like some of the work sites and things like that, but often you wouldn't have a microwave and you can kind of make do for like an 8-hour day at uni. But it's just about being creative and like
being prepared
and also like you might not be able to have your smoothie like at ice cold temperature. It might just have to be, you know, kind of chat in like room temperature, but
you're going to have to cop it. Do you, what's your like kind of preparation? Let's say you're doing a long day on the tractor. Do you bring your lunchbox with you or?
Yeah. So I'll start off like we've got the caravans down there. We just stay in the caravans for work. So I'll wake up, cook up 3 eggs, scrambled eggs, then make breakfast. That's breakfast. And then I'll make lunch with generally leftover meat and veggies from the night before, bit of cheese, bit of mustard, wrap that up and have a wrap for lunch. And it's not really a huge meal, but then I'll have a big dinner to kind of counteract that smaller meal during the day. And then when I was on the farm, I'd have a blueberry banana smoothie every single day before work, and I drink it on the way to work. Then I have like ham, cheese, tomato roll for lunch, and then same again, big dinner, and go to bed.
Those are
so it's just kind of keep it simple.
They'd be huge for the work site because often you can just chucks like some shredded chicken, maybe some avocado, some
Yeah.
salad in there, bit of sauce in a wrap, and you put that in some Glad wrap and you rip it open whenever you want. Doesn't have to be warmed up.
And without plugging our products
Yeah.
too much, like something like a meal plan would help that out so much
Yeah.
because we've literally done all the thinking for you. You just
Yeah.
have to go and cook it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
So-
buy the ingredients and cook it.
Literally, it's pretty self-explanatory, and there are plenty of meals in there that are like super convenient. So.
Yeah, exactly. People are making it work. Now, we've got a bit of a brimming mailbag today, Gab. It's some pretty random questions in there. We'll work through them. They're mostly aimed at you, Sam. So first one from Will Goodison, 7, says, would you call yourself farm or gym strong?
Oh, I reckon gym strong.
Yeah.
I call myself gym strong, yeah, because I think the difference, but like farm strong, they're just blokes who can lift heavy stuff with absolutely no consideration in form or anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, I know blokes who can just chuck stuff over their shoulder and get going, but they've got absolutely like buggered knees, buggered shoulders, all that. Like, yeah. Whereas if you're gym strong, you generally not as sore, not as achy. So
Yeah,
I
and
reckon,
also having like
gym strong.
the strong grip strength, unscrewing
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
you're bloody whacking in nails with your fists or something like that.
your
I reckon
with
you're
your forehead.
Yeah, you're a mix of both, Louis, because you've got these freakish bionic hands that can bloody rip apart anything. What would you say you are?
Oh, mate, I'm not gym strong.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm farm strong either, so I'm kind of caught in the middle. And
No, you're definitely farm strong, mate.
Thanks,
It's like,
mate.
You got the chainsaw, you're ripping it apart, you're doing this and that. Whereas me, I'm completely gym strong. I'm just,
Genuine.
not a very practical human being. Like, just.
I reckon when we get you on the farm in summer, you'll be pretty helpful.
Yeah, but look at these hands, mate.
They'll
They're
be
like
right.
they're miniature.
We'll give you
So
some
they
love.
can't
Buttery.
do anything. They can deadlift. Like, I can pull like 250 kilos, but I can't like do stuff on the farm.
So you reckon you're gym strong?
Gym strong, not farm strong.
Okay, so a couple of farm
Yeah.
and one gym. Now, Mitch Saunders, 23, asks, who was your idol growing up?
Oh, old man, 100%. Like, I never idolised any celebrity or anything like that. It's always been my dad. Just enjoyed spending time with him, learning from him. Like, just watching what he does and, just being around him. So,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
this, real personal connection.
And yours is Ben Cousins.
Or any of the three? Ben Cousins,
Ben.
Nah, it's
Chris
Ben
Judd.
Cousins, so-
Yeah, no, I think it's Ben.
Yeah.
In a non-weird way.
Pre
I'm an Eagles supporter.
post or pre 2006 Ben Cousins.
Yeah, both, mate. There's a bit of Ben in all of us.
Yeah.
Gav, who's yours?
Oh, jeez, actually, I was thinking, I don't know. Like, I really love Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably leave it at that. I don't know.
I feel like your old man's up there as well.
Yeah, Dad's all right.
Yeah, he
he's
goes
pretty
all right.
good.
He's a
Yeah.
good one. What's the next question, Gab?
So we got one from Jado.h12. What's your dream car? We've already gone.
Yeah,
through
I
that.
wanted to. Sorry, I put this in. I wanted to. What's your dream like car? Not 4-wheel drive. So you got unlimited money, and it's
This would be a good one, actually.
2-wheel drive. What is
Oh, shit. I might have to go 3. Because I reckon, like, a diesel swap Commodore. Because that would just... That's, like, so random.
it? You're a
But
cowboy, mate.
It'd be sick, though. Because I just reckon it'd be sick. Because you'd just, like, be going past. And then you'd be at the
Sooty.
traffic lights and just go off. And just blow so much smoke, it's not funny. Like, I just love, like, kind of bogan stuff like that. Or...
Yeah.
Like, I do love the JDM as well.
Yeah.
So, like a pretty built, probably an RX-7. And,
Yep.
Rotary.
Shot up
rotary.
in price. I saw one for 85 grand today.
Really?
Yeah. I know.
What's your last
Straight
one?
the Cruiser for a rotary. Last one. Probably just like an M series BMW, I reckon.
Yeah.
I just love the Beamers, love JDM, and then I just love something like batshit crazy, just bogan.
Yep.
And yours, Louis? Your dream car?
If I have to pick one, Ferrari F40 always has been, always will be.
yeah.
What about yourself?
Probably BMW M4, I'd say, the new one.
Just that's the peak though.
Yeah.
Like mine's a $2.5 million car.
I mean, I think it's a head turner enough. Or like G-Wagon would be sick. I don't know. Nah, G-Wagons are kind of... No, actually, what did I see on Chapel Street that time? It was like a blacked out McLaren P1 or something.
Yeah.
And like a blacked out Lambo next to each other.
So 2, yeah.
Like the McLaren was pretty sick. I don't know. But BMW M4, I reckon, like, that's the most specific one.
McLarens keep breaking, I think, but
Yeah.
that's right. You got
They're dumb. They need to get some better people working for them.
Now, a good supporter of the podcast, Jake McPhee, he's asked a question just about every episode, I reckon. Says, who's winning the AFL Granny this year? Obviously, you're not a huge, well, you said before, you're not a huge...
Who's in it? The
supporter.
D's and the Dogs?
Yeah, who are you picking? And it's in your bloody country, so in your state.
I don't know. Wouldn't have a clue. I don't know. I'll just say Melbourne D's because, yeah, like
Yep.
a bloke on another podcast I listen to supports them, so just go to the D's, I reckon.
Gab, who do you reckon?
Well, I think Melbourne will win, but I want the Dogs to win because I just really like their momentum when they play. I think they got great energy.
Yeah, I think Melbourne are going to win.
Yeah.
You know that thing you were talking about, momentum? You've been on the Dogs bandwagon of momentum for a while.
Momentum energies, mate.
I think because they've had the week off, it might affect their momentum.
Yeah, they've had that break.
Yeah.
They've settled down a bit.
Yeah, and they're not like backs against the wall kind of thing. So who knows?
You know, they've had the odds stacked against them, though, so they might just want to keep proving everyone else wrong.
That's true.
Been in lots of states, haven't been able to train, so yeah. But I think it's pretty unanimous that the D's are the favourite.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, what's the next
Have you
question?
seen that?
Yeah.
Have you seen that bloke on TikTok who absolutely supports the Dogs and he just like
Oh,
makes
yeah,
videos
Bev
that are
Show.
like 2 minutes long. He's like doggies, doggies, doggies. That shit's
The
Bev.
Dogs have made it! They're through! Yeah, he's very...
He's like a really young Jared Waitley.
I don't know who that is. But
He's a commentator.
yeah, it's surely he gets a commentary gig at some point. The Bev
Yeah,
Show.
I think he might be in a bit of strife at the moment.
Oh, I've
to
heard
be
some
honest.
allegations.
There's a few
Oh
allegations.
yeah, I
in
did
here.
say that.
I don't know how much truth there is behind it, but I don't think it's appropriate for us to speculate.
We ain't about to get cancelled, so
Yeah, I don't want to catch a case, so we'll keep it at that. I
yeah,
reckon.
go Dogs.
We've got the last question here from bjj.hugo. What's your advice for going through hard times? You know, very general question here, just hard times in general.
Hard
but
times.
We'll give you some advice. Sam, do you want to start us off?
Hard times can be anything, but I think at the end of the day, you just got to keep your head up, keep pushing forwards, and like it's a really hard thing to do, but don't kind of let them get you down, and really, look for the good in everything instead of looking for the bad. Like sometimes my girlfriend, she'll get upset about a certain thing, and I'll be like, just stop focusing on the bad, focus on what you have versus what you don't have.
Yep.
And that'll change your perspective on everything. So if I get people asking me, I'm getting bullied in school, I get heaps of DMs, and I just say, look, mate, just push through, focus on the people who support you, like your mates, your close friends group, your family. So focus on what you have, push through it, and then once you get out of it, you'll find the things that make you happy. You'll be able to see the good in the bad instead of seeing the bad in the good. So I think just keep your head up, focus on the good and push through it.
Yeah, optimistic mindset. What about you, Louis?
Yeah, a bit of affirmation is handy for putting things into perspective. But yeah, for me, going through hard times, I'd say banding together with your friends and family and those who look after you.
Strong support network.
Strong support network is very important, and all about perspective. So involve yourself in things that give you perspective. For example, read a book that's about the Holocaust, or and not saying your struggle has to be as bad as someone else's. It's all relative. But yeah, perspective for me. What about yourself?
I think my only add-on, I think what you guys have said is great, but having like a solid routine, because if you're in routine and you got stuff to do, you don't have a whole lot of time just to ponder on the negative, and you just keep pushing through. It can also be, it is healthy to kind of reflect on the negative and acknowledge that it's there and recognize it. But I think a routine will help you kind of just get through it, and time flies essentially.
Fantastic. Well, that's kind of all the questions we've got today. But thank you, Sam, so much for coming on the potty, mate. It was a bit of a kind of message you early this week, and you managed to pull it together for us, so we really appreciate it.
And hopefully we can come down for a trip to WA. A bit of forward drive would be awesome. We'd love to explore that part of the world.
Lock it in. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, I'd love to bloody show you guys around. Yeah, thanks for having me on. Absolutely loved it.
And just to finish off, we are still running the podcast discount code. You can get yourself an NTF casualty at a discounted price. I forget what discount. I think it's 99% off at this point. But yeah, you can still get it with the podcast discount code.
Use code podcast.
Yeah, use code podcast. And that'll leave us, the end of the potty.
Good. Let's go Bontempelli for the Brownlow. All right. Thanks, guys. See ya. Bye.